Hi there, welcome back to another video. My name is Monica of Millie and Monica, and I am a full-time reseller on both Poshmark and eBay. So today I have a really kind of random bins trip for you. Maybe not random, maybe it's the most unique haul, quite possibly. There's definitely a variety of items, styles, pieces in here. So if you are at all interested in reseller related content, selling clothing online, and of course making money online, please consider subscribing to this channel if you haven't already, and of course give this video a thumbs up. It really helps me out here on YouTube. So if you're not familiar with the Goodwill bins, which I'm sure at this point if you're watching this type of content you probably are, but the Goodwill bins is actually known as the Goodwill outlet, and I think that's its official name. But anyway, we call it the bins because there's literally giant big blue bins that people like myself dig through. And there's, at my location, there's a combination of raw donations and Goodwill pulls. So regular Goodwill pull the items that haven't sold, they'll send them to the outlet. But like I said, the one I currently go to most often has a donation drop site as well. So there is a combination of raw donations. And it's kind of the last stop before these items, either hit a landfill or are being shipped overseas. And it can be quite an experience, and you can really find some really interesting things. And so I definitely picked up some items that I'm not familiar with, styles that I haven't tried selling before, because it's what I found, and I'm all about trying new things out. I'm a bread and butter seller, which means I sell volume at maybe lower prices. I'm not just finding high-end designer items. And I like the bins because I can keep my costs really low and also, keep these items from potentially just hitting a landfill and get them more use, because a lot of these items have a lot of life in them. So that being said, I do want to mention that I started saying in the beginning of these videos that I'm, Millie and Monica, I am selling on Poshmark and eBay. eBay is new to me, and I've been selling there for about 4 months, a little over 4 months. It's still very, very new. I don't talk about it all the time, but I do want to put in just a little blurb in here because I know a lot of you have eBay questions. I have been absolutely loving selling on eBay. And I just want to advocate and just do a shout out to Vendoo. And I'll do an official video on this at some point. But without Vendoo, so Vendoo is the cross-listing site that I have been using to cross-list my items from Poshmark to eBay. I still list everything on Poshmark first. That is my main platform. And then I use Vendoo to cross-list it to eBay. It's so, so quick and easy. And I started using Vendoo when they were in beta, and I've definitely seen, it just grow and get so much better. And they're always making improvements, and they take feedback, and it's amazing. I am loving what I'm seeing happening with my business and my sales and my growth, and just being able to move some different type of inventory because Poshmark and eBay are very different. So I am signed up with their affiliate program, and I did so because I truly, truly love it, and I plan on using this as long as I can. As long as it's available, I will use it. I do pay for it now since it's not in beta anymore, and I did sign up for their affiliate program. So if you're interested in signing up and trying Vendoo, if you use my link down below, you will get 25% off your first month using it. And you don't have to continue using it if you decide you're not really using it, you don't really like it or whatever. But for me, it's been a game changer. I've tried cross-listing in the past, and it just took so much time, and it just wasn't really working for me. I couldn't keep up with it. But now, seriously, it is amazing. And again, I'll try to do a better coverage of this topic in another video, but I just wanted to shout it out because I am just so happy for them, what they've done for our community, our reselling community, and what they've done for resellers like myself and being able to cross-list and grow their business, which is amazing. So some of these items, I cross-list as much as I possibly can. If it sells on Poshmark before I can even list it on eBay, then of course it doesn't get listed. But yeah, so I have high hopes for maybe some of this stuff maybe doing better on one or the other, but I really don't know because I'm new. Anyway, this is Carhartt itself is not new to me. So these are Carhartt. They're nursing pants. I have never sold anything nursing related. However, I know some people have really good luck with nursing stuff. I don't know all the nursing brands. However, I saw that this was Carhartt and I was like, ooh, that's good. And so this is a size extra large, the nursing pants. However, I also found the matching top. So again, Carhartt, which is just a great brand, I think, to pick up. It gets a lot of attention on Poshmark, and I think it probably does on eBay too. I know Poshmark definitely gets a lot of attention. The only thing is, though, and I don't think this is a big deal at all, is that the top is a size large and the bottom is a size extra large. And for most of us ladies, well, our tops are just a little bit smaller than our bottoms. So, you know, I think for a variety of women, this would probably work out very well, having a large and extra large. I'm going to sell them together. Just because they do match as far as color and sizings are very comparable, I'm not going to list them separately. This is actually just by Faded Glory, which is by Walmart, and not something a brand I would normally ever pick up. However, I do have an exception, and that is this particular style. I've definitely picked up this style of little jumper, like bib overall dress before, and I love them. So this one's corduroy. It's got the little front pockets, and it's just a great style. I don't expect much, obviously, due to the brand, but the style is really great, and I've definitely sold several like this in the past. So that was a pickup for me. There was quite a few pairs of vintage jeans. I didn't get very many because someone else beat me to it. But this is a great pair of high-rise vintage mom jeans. They do have this embroidered pocket with the brand there, which is kind of funky, and hopefully they'll, you know, still sell. Hopefully that doesn't deter anyone. But they're a size 26, and they kind of fit like more like a size 25 in my opinion. But just a great denim, structured denim. I talked about camel colored coats in my last video because I found one to keep for myself, which I'm still really excited about. But I found another one, and this is a vintage piece. It is tagged size 10, and it's 100% wool, which is great. So I don't recognize the brand in particular, but I just think the color, the style, it's kind of a boxier fit, and just the fact that it's wool is great. Now here's the piece that like truly made this haul like something else. These are a pair of traditional German Lederhosen. I think I'm saying that correctly. Leather like shorts. They're a little bit longer short, but still kind of short for dudes. So they're men's, and they're just so cool. So again, they're just crafted so nicely. They have this front button closure here, and then there we are. This piece here actually has a pocket in it, so you can zip that open. The straps do have a little bit of cracking on them, but they are adjustable. So cool for Oktoberfest or anything kind of in the fall that falls under, you know, this traditional costume wear. And I know when I lived out in Seattle, there's lots of Oktoberfest activities where I live now, but Seattle, there always seem to be so many Oktoberfests and people dressing up in costume, and I just thought these are so cool. Now, I did look up comps on Sellhound, and then I did individually on Poshmark, but it looks like they're going for a little bit more on Poshmark, maybe around the $65 mark. I did list them high at around the $100 mark because they're just so unique. And just really great condition overall. So eBay, the comps are a little bit lower, Poshmarks are a little bit higher, and definitely, you know, they will sell in their range, of course, because some of that style, when you look up the style, some are of different qualities. So you might just get fabric ones, the leather ones go for more. So I am hoping for that $65 to, you know, $85 on that pair, which is fun for me to look up because that's definitely not something I've ever sought out before or found. I do have some ties. So these were what I came across first, and I was like, ooh, this is going to be a good day. It just turned out to be so-so. So these are the YSL Saint Laurent vintage silk ties. Now, comps on this particular like brand of ties are not as high as like say the Gucci ties or you know, some of the others, but you know, nonetheless, they're a great tie and a great brand, and they're silk. So I did bundle these two because when I looked up comps, I noticed some of the bundles for this brand did a little bit better, and I thought, well, why not? So maybe one of the colors wouldn't be as desirable, probably the red. So I did bundle them, and hopefully that will kind of make that more appealing to someone. Most of the other ties, like some days you find lots and lots of ties and some days you don't find any, which is usually the case. There was a lot of ties, but this was the only other one that I picked up. This is just a Silk Banana Republic tie, and it's kind of that burnt orange color. I think it's just a classic color. Probably go with a lot of stuff. So I did find some shoes, which, you know, it's always good when you find some pairs of shoes at the bins. So a lot of bins will band their shoes, like put a rubber band around the pairs. Mine do not. I just don't think they have the time or the energy to do that. But this is a pair of Born. They're the Mary Jane style, size 9. And this is another pair, very similar, by Born as well. And they are size 7 in gray leather. I love this brand for their quality. They're very comfortable, a great workwear shoe. And some Danskos. I have not found Danskos in so long, at least in good enough condition. Sometimes they just have so much wear. So I did find the nursing, you know, scrubs, and I found these clogs, which a lot of times are worn by nurses. So I did put nursing like clogs in the description. So they do have some light wear, but they're kind of more of a metallic-y patent leather clog, and they're size 30, European 36. Now, here's one of my other extremely unique finds. Anyways, these are, again, a Swedish wooden clog. They are made in Sweden. Yes, they're European size 40, so roughly a 9.5, 10, but they were hand painted. So originally, you know, they didn't have the painted piece on there, which it is really nice and unique and well done. The artist signature is there on the side. So yeah, those are fun. I love clogs. I have a few pairs myself, and I think they go with so many outfits. Like when I don't know what to wear with an outfit, I'm like, oh, I'll just wear clogs. This is a pair of vintage trotters. They're kind of that woven leather upper, and they have a little bit of adjustable back here with the elastic. They are take size 7, but I'm a size 7. I tried them on, and they are a bit tight. I think they'd be better for a 6.5. In my opinion. Now, there's some other random pieces in here, so don't worry. This maybe isn't the most random, though. So these are just the BCBG generation, but they're a patent leather snakeskin upper, which in a square toe, which great, all on trend pieces there, and I think they're a size 7, very true to size. This has already sold. This is a Western style belt. This is one of my favorite styles to pick up. I've picked up a few of these styles in the past. This one sold for $15. I think I could have gotten a little bit more, but I'm also really in the mood to move items because I am at max capacity right now. I talk about this in so many videos, but I keep around 1,000 items in inventory. I have a video on it. You can go back and watch it. But I'm at 1,077 right now, and my bins are full. I'm overflowing. I need to go through and do kind of a dump, as in like take some stuff into consignment because I'm overflowing. So with that said, if you're interested in anything at all, feel free to send me an offer. I accept most offers. I'm never offended by an offer at all. So feel free to send me an offer because I'll probably accept it. But anyways, this is already sold. This particular style is really unique. So it flips, and you can wear this, you know, as just a black belt, just a brown belt. You can intermix it and really switch it up. So I absolutely love this, and I have sold this style before. It does have a little bit of wear in here. So it sold for $15. I'm happy with that. It worked out. This is a quite the unique belt. It's unbranded, of course, but I do like picking up chain belts. They do seem to get quite a bit of interest. You know, they're not like a high selling item. Maybe if it was a particular brand, like Free People, it would, but it is very, very unique, and I do love the chain detail. I think this one's fantastic. I love the gold. This can be worn just in the front. Like, this could be worn in the front. It could be worn like half in the front, half in the back. It could be worn in the back with the chain in the front. So many different ways. And I feel like it's mostly like a one size type belt because you can definitely adjust it. And a few more belts in here. I think I kind of sped through my belts in the last one, so that I'd give a little bit more overview on these. So this is a vintage like stretch waist belt, and I've definitely picked up this style or seen this style a lot in the past, this kind of gold stretch belt. But I loved this one because it had this leaf buckle, and it's definitely more, I would say, like large, extra large, just based on the amount of stretch that it has. Like, so yeah, fun little pop. And the last chain belt is this silver metal one, very 60s retro vibes going on. So again, I feel like I do know that these chain belts do get quite a bit of interest. They don't always go for that much. Maybe like this one is less maybe desirable, and so maybe like 10 to 12 for this one, but the other one maybe I could get upwards of 35. So it just depends on the type of chain. This is a pair of William Rast, the platform like loafers, and this is one of those items where I found one, I was lucky enough to find the other, and for some reason I thought William Rast was a different brand. Like, I had in my mind that it was something else, and that it was very, very expensive with really great comps. When I actually started looking up comps, I realized that yeah, it really depends on the style. There's not a whole lot out there. For some reason, when I search for comps on Poshmark and eBay, not all that much comes up at all. So I'm not sure why I had this in my brain as something that was more desirable than it is. But regardless, this style is amazing. The platforms is really trendy piece. They're more of a pointed toe, and they're actually a leather upper. So the quality is really nice as well. And they're a size 9.5. So I would definitely pick these up regardless at the bins. I probably, like at a regular thrift store, like if they wanted $10, I probably would not have picked them up. So it just depends. Now, here's another very, very random piece, and this was probably the most questionable one. I looked at this and looked at this and looked at this, and for some reason decided that I needed to take it home. So it is a vintage beaded Scala wedding dress, and it's in fairly good condition. It is silk, so a lot of these beaded vintage dresses are silk. So I'm really just trying to like hold it carefully, and it's just absolutely stunning. It's a size small. This would have been my dream wedding gown had I like really had time to think about what I wanted my dream wedding gown to be. Back in the day, at least 7 years and a week and a half. Yes, I've been married that long. So look at this back. Oh my gosh, it's just gorgeous. So there definitely is some light wear. Because of the beading, it's very heavy, and the silk is very strong, but it does pull a little bit, and so there's like micro holes kind of around the beading. And the really only real flaw I could come up with, and I haven't really looked at this again yet, is the bottom. So the bottom's kind of dirty, which of course it's a long wedding gown, and some of the the threading and the beads are kind of messy at the bottom, just from wear. But overall, it's really, really amazing. And I know it's hard to see, and I'm hoping that I can model it at some point and give it a little bit of glory, because this dress needs to live on again. So I do want to show you the label. And this is a very like common vintage beaded dress brand. And yeah, so it is 100% silk, and then the lining's polyester, size small, and of course then the beading as well. So it's just stunning. and hopefully it can live on. So that was a fun find. It was just laying there. Like, sometimes you come across a bin and you just see something magical just laying there, and that was that piece this week. And I think this next piece is my last, like, really questionable piece. And I think it's only questionable because it really needs to be cleaned. And I haven't cleaned it yet. But I've been wanting to find a jacket like this for a while. It's a olive print, like, puffy sweater, zip-up sweater. And it has several stains, but they all seem to be kind of surfacey stains. And it needs to just be really, really soaked well. But I think it's fantastic. I've seen these styles do well. I know my consignment store that I go to often, like, actually, like, seeks these pieces out. Like, they like getting them. So someone wears them and someone likes them. I'm trying to see if there's a size. It says made in the USA. It says size large. So that's great. So I just need a lot of the stains on the front. Like, I don't know if you can see them, but they're kind of surfacey looking. Like, I just don't think it was cleaned. And then on the back, there's kind of just some discoloration. So hopefully that'll come out, and I just need to do it. Now, let's get to the rest of this haul. I can't believe the amount of, like, overall type stuff that I found. So I found that Faded Glory piece. That was kind of the jumper dress. And this is a pair of vintage Gap overalls. They're a size small, but they're a cargo kind of wide cropped leg. So this will be fun to model. And just the older Gap tag there. I think it's like overall season. I love picking up overalls. I've said that in lots and lots of videos, but I definitely think they have more of a season. Like, they do better for me in kind of the spring, summer, fall. They don't do as well in the winter. And this is a 41 Hawthorne, which is often sold by Stitch Fix, I believe, maybe exclusively. I don't know that for sure. But it's a size 1X, and I just thought that was a nice blouse and a great color, perfect for spring. This is just a Talbot's piece. I liked the striped kind of plaid and great colors again for spring, summer. It does have the roll tab sleeve, and it's not collared, it just has the V-neck. It's a size large. This is another set. So this one I am kind of debating on, but I think I will sell it together. So similar situation as the nursing scrubs, but this is a pair of joggers. They're Champion, which I think is just sold by Target now. But they're Champion brand. The bottoms are a size extra small. But they look kind of big for an extra small. And the top is a size medium. So just like the track jacket. I really think that, you know, sold together they'll be fine as long as I provide measurements because they go together so well. And I feel bad splitting them up. So I feel like someone could still be very happy even though that this is a medium, this is an extra small. I feel like it would fit me. So, because these look big, but we'll see. This is Talbot's XL Petite. Now, I love this cable knit, and it has a peplum hem, so a little kind of peplum hem here. And it is incredibly soft because it's 5% cashmere. So, it's cotton, rayon, and nylon, and cashmere. So, it feels really nice, very light wear, very light pilling. Great kind of almost periwinkle blue for spring, Easter. This is my first time ever picking up, I've seen it before, but I've never picked it up for resale, Aerie pieces. So this is Aerie. This is just such a cozy, I think, just chic style. I love the little, it's like a little balloon sleeve. There's a little bit of a poof to it, but it's a longer line sweater and a little bit of a high-low there. The mock neck, it's super cozy, super soft. A size small, and it's kind of that textured knit. So very, very little wear. Like, I don't know if it was really worn at all. And then this piece was, I found it together, so obviously someone liked this brand, but it's new with tags, and it's also a size small. It retailed for $40, so I'm guessing the other one probably retailed for at least $60 plus, because this is definitely more lightweight and more basic, but just, again, a very cozy, soft piece. and it's new tags, so that's nice. And it has the kind of little side slits, more of a casual loungewear piece, but you could dress it up too. This is a J. Jill piece, and I probably should cut back on the sweaters, but sometimes when you're there, you just, go with it. So it's J. Jill, extra large. It is kind of that plaid cardigan, has snap buttons, side pockets. This I sweater shaved and it came out really, really nicely. I debated on this piece whether or not I wanted to work on it, and I was chatting on the phone with a friend and shaving the sweater. It came out nice. So happy about that. This is, again, probably should cut back on the sweaters, but with this print, could you? This tribal print is awesome. It's absolutely amazing. It's a size small, I believe. Well, it doesn't look like there's a tag size. Probably a small medium. It's 100% acrylic, and I just really like it. Maybe a large too. It's one of those that can be worn a variety of ways. Okay, this is an Adirondack jacket, and I'm going to keep this one and sell a different one that's hanging in my closet. So I love these jackets. This is an LL Bean. I have another one in a size, I think, extra large that I am selling in my Poshmark closet currently. I am obsessed. These are an Adirondack jacket. A barn jacket is another kind of workwear jacket. I just love it. So this one's tagged size medium petite, and I've been watching for a little bit that I'm a petite person. It's kind of hard for me to come across the right sizes. And so although it's kind of that boxy oversized fit, which is fine, that's how it's supposed to be, just the fact that it's a petite, it fits a little bit nicer. So I'm going to sell a different one that I have instead of having two in my closet. So love this though. It's a fun find. This is a rare thing. I don't know why I said a rare thing, but this is a pair of vintage Levi's. Now, they do have this hole here at the crotch, which can be patched. If these were my size, I would patch that hole and keep them because they're an awesome, awesome fit. So they are the 550. Now, why this is rare is because they're extremely tiny. These are way too small for my waist. And the hips are tiny on these. So I find that the smaller the jeans are, the harder they are to find, especially in these vintage styles is what I'm referring to. The smaller vintage jean sizes are harder to find. Now, some of my highest priced vintage Levi's sales have been the smaller sized ones because they are harder to come across. So I priced these a little bit higher than I have been, and I feel like the prices that I've been getting have been dropping, but I did price these a little bit higher because they are such a rare small size. They're very hard to come across this small of a size. Probably best for a 23, 24 inch waist, which is definitely pretty rare to come across in these Levi's. So, if someone's really, really seeking out this size, they can patch that front hole. They can take it to a tailor and have it worked on. There are no inner labels. There's none, but just the fit of them is that classic vintage style. So there's a lot of likes on them already too. This is already sold. So this is interesting to me. Carhartt, I priced these pretty low at $25 and they sold for full price because they are very distressed. They're very worn in. They have a hole back here. And this is what I'm talking about with the Levi's. For the right buyer and the right thing, they will make the holes work. It won't matter. So it's a pair of Carhartt overalls and they're tag size 32, 30. So very kind of distressed holes. And, even though they sold really quickly at that $25 mark, I think I just priced them right. And someone was like, you know what, this works for me. I feel good about that price and selling them at that price just because of the distress. If they hadn't been so distressed, I definitely would ask for more. It's just a pair of American Eagle. They're the next level stretch high-rise jegging jean, size 4. And this is an older style, I know, but I feel like there are people who follow Athleta, so this is the Athleta brand, and they're a size 8 tall. And I've found that sometimes when I have tall, specifically, they've sold really well, and I think, again, that's just a kind of more of a rare thing to come across. This is an Orvis men's sweater. I picked it up because it's in really good condition and because it's 100% cashmere and because it has these great elbow patches, which who doesn't love that? So I probably should have asked my husband, but I don't think he doesn't ever really like this style. So it's listed. But this is for my husband, and I did ask him if he wanted this. So he is a diehard Bears fan, and we live in Minnesota. That's controversial, definitely, because very close to Chicago, and we should be Vikings fans, right? But long story, his whole family's been a Bears fan for a very long time, and so Bears, go Bears, bear down. Is that how you say it? I'm not a football person. Anywho, this is a pair of vintage Lee mom shorts. They are tagged a junior size 5, but they do fit like a women's size like 0 to 2. They're more of a shorter inseam though, and I do like this kind of ivory color. A little vintage beret, and it's Angora wool and nylon, so just kind of a fuzzy, cute color for spring. I have a bunch of hats that I actually need to list, so hopefully this will get me. I just added another one, so I need to list them. Levi's men's white shorts. These are a little stained. I had a really hard time seeing this particular day some of the stains. I definitely had a few other pieces that are a little bit more stained than I realized. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with this pair yet. I'm definitely going to list them. I just don't know if I'm going to try to soak them or how long I'm going to try stain treating them for. This is just a big kind of blanket scarf. Let's see. There's a tag somewhere in here. And I believe it's cashmere, but I do need to clean it because I noticed that there's a couple of surface spots on it. Let's see. Anyways, I believe if I remember right, it's cashmere, and it feels very, very nice. So I'll look at that again later. This is another piece for me. Now I've heard that denim vests are coming back. I don't know if that's true. I haven't done particularly well with vests in the past, like as far as like, they're just, sometimes they sit longer and maybe you only get like $15. However, this is a very classic one, and I'm keeping it for myself because I think they're really fun to throw on over dresses or like tank tops because I am a cold person and I think that's cute style. Again, if you're interested in anything, feel free to send an offer because I am bursting at the seams. But I still need to list things. So this is Trina Turk. It's a size 12. I do believe it's a little bit of an older style, but it is absolutely gorgeous. And I love this kind of aqua blue with the white overlay and the floral detail. It's got a smocked waist, which smocked just means it has elastic and stretch to it. And so it's just makes it a little bit nicer fit. Especially, if you're a little bit bustier and, you need a little bit more there. That's awesome. It's just absolutely gorgeous. So, nice summer dress. And more Levi's. This one, they've been cut off already, which is great. But someone washed them incorrectly, and there's been some color bleed there. And I haven't decided. I'll probably try soaking them once, but I don't know that I'm going to put a lot of effort into it. So, if it's like that, it's like that, and I'll just list them. The more distressing, the better, right? And this is another pair. I knew that this was stained. So there's some sort of it looks like a coffee stain in the inner pocket here, which I don't quite understand. But maybe it was a water stain or something from storage. But it's another jumper dress. And this one is vintage DKNY. I was trying to get the little straps. There we go. There is a little bit of stretch to the straps, as in they're stretchy kind of like suspenders, but you can kind of see where maybe they've been stretched out a little bit, which you can't really tell when it's on, it just kind of lays a little bit better. So I'm going to stain treat that spot, and honestly, you can't really see it from the outside, so if it doesn't come out, I'll just list and disclose, that pocket discoloration bit. You can't really see it here on the front, which is great. And I don't remember what size these were. This one was. It's a size small. So I'll just need to work on that. And just the last piece here is this vintage skirt. And I believe it's homemade because there's no tags. And just kind of the detailing or, the stitching and stuff just leads me to believe that. And so someone did a really nice job, and I really love this print. So vintage skirts like this are, again, kind of a hit and miss thing. This one is definitely giving me fall vibes. I'll still try to list it, whenever I get to it, but I don't know, something I don't do this, however, I've heard others do it, is saving things for certain seasons and maybe not listing something until it's closer to the right season. That's something I could play with. Oftentimes, if it's something doesn't sell and are coming up on a new season, I'll just relist it and maybe tweak the description just a bit, and that seems to do well. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed seeing my kind of random and unique bins thrift haul. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.